Hello friends, this is DMC and this is my quick review of Taylors of Harrogate Brazil ground coffee. It says on the front of the pack, rich and intense with indulgent coconuts. It's a number 5 strength, and on the back of the pack, it says, we select fine cut beans from the Minas Gerais and Sao Paulo regions, dried inside the fruit to develop their complex flavour profile. Then we roast them dark so those flavours become rich and intense, making a smooth, distinctive coffee with a velvety body and indulgent notes of praline, coca and blueberry. We've got the directions for use. The best before date on this one is November 2017, so there's round about a year to go on this one. This one was £4 for 227 grams, which is more expensive than most of the other Taylors of Harrogate coffees. They're usually around the £3.50 mark for 227 grams. It's 100% Arabica coffee. And there's not much else on the packet. The ground coffee, as I usually say with Taylors of Harrogate, it's quite a coarse, granular grind which they do on their coffees. It is quite a dark coffee. Yeah, but like I say, it's quite granular, quite coarse and granular. Quite uniform as well. You get some that is quite rough and uneven grind, but this is a really even granular grind on this one. I have in fact actually been grinding it up a little bit fine because I'm using a espresso maker, and this is not specifically for espressos. It says for cafetiers and filters, so I have been grinding it up a little bit finer, and it does give a little boost to the flavour of the coffee. Not as in flavour wise, but it sort of gives the coffee a little bit more strength. As I say, this one is a strange coffee because it's priced at more than the usual Taylors of Harrogate coffees. Like I say, they're usually around the £3.50 mark, but this one for some reason is £4 for the 227 gram bag. And really, that the last month or two, that is a trend with the supermarkets. I'm noticing either the price of coffee has gone up, or because it's taking up shelf space for Christmas, they don't really do offers on the coffees. And I've noticed that roughly, I'd say about 50p has been added to all the coffees on the coffee shelves, apart from the supermarket's own brands. The supermarket's own brands don't seem to move about in price, but I've noticed all the other name brand coffees have roughly bumped the price up by about 50p a bag. The smell of this one, well, the smell is incredible of this coffee. It's the most intense coffee smell that really I've noticed out of any of the coffees that I've tried but it's a really intense, bitter, chocolatey smell to this one. But unfortunately that doesn't really transfer into it taste wise. I wouldn't say it's a typical Brazilian coffee. Most of the Brazilian coffees that I've tried have got a slight nutty, yeah, it's more of a nutty taste. I wouldn't say similar to a Colombian, but it's got a sort of nuttiness to it, which this one doesn't really have. It's a more subtle coffee, this one. The flavours are not really that overpowering. As it says on the back of the pack, it says distinctive coffee with a velvety body and indulgent notes of praline, coca and blueberry. And you do get, funnily enough, I laugh at some of these descriptions of these coffees, but you do actually get the blueberry taste. It's a very slight sweet taste at the end, and also the crema is quite a sweet crema on this one, and I noticed that does take on the slight blueberry taste to it. But yeah, it's got a coffee. It's a dark, rich, bitter chocolate taste to this one. Slight caramelly sort of taste, but it's not your typical Brazilian coffee. There's, like I say, there's not much. There is a slight nutty taste to it, but not as much as other Brazilian coffees that I've tried. Slight caramel and blueberry. Another thing about the price of this coffee, it does actually take it into the price range of the Lavazza Oro, which I would say for ground coffee is probably the best ground coffee that you can buy in the supermarkets. And this one, at the price what it is really trying to be on a level with the Lavazza Oro, but this doesn't come anywhere close to the Lavazza Oro, so really I'd say I wouldn't buy this one again. If I was going to go for a coffee at this price range, I'd definitely go for the Lavazza Oro. Definitely a better coffee. And like I say, if anyone is using an espresso maker, I would say and you think that the coffee is quite coarse, I'd say just give it a quick grind. Before, when I was drinking it, not grinding it, I was having to drink double espressos. But when I ground it up a little bit finer, I was able from then onwards to drink it a single espresso. But like I say, it's disappointing for a number 5 this. I really was expecting more. And if anyone's tried this coffee and has got any opinions on it, please leave your comments in the section below. And if you agree with me, or you want to see any more coffee reviews, give me a like and a subscribe. And that was my quick review. Thanks for listening. Bye for now. What's it smell of? What does it smell of? What's it smell of? You've got it all over your mouth.